Okay, I want to continue with day two here. We're going to be talking about hosting. Now, remember, at this point, you should have the domain purchased, the one that you really want to focus primarily on your business. Now, hosting is what makes it come on the internet, right? Somebody types in the address and it's going to be live. They're going to see the information. So we need hosting. It's a must. Now, I did offer you that you can contact me at cmfarcher@gmail.com. Let me know that you want to use my dedicated server, and then I'll give you more information, and me and you will talk a little back and forth through like a live chat or email, and I'll get the information I need and hook everything up. If you decide you don't want to do that, that's perfectly fine. You can use something like HostGator. Now, I don't recommend using the free like Weebly sites or any of that. Now, here's the reason why. Because a long time ago, I used to do a lot of stuff free. I actually used to be very proud that I was one of the guys not doing paid stuff, and I'd be like, well, I'm doing everything free. Now, here's what happened. One, it took 10 times as long to do everything. Two, most of the time you're not in complete control of your own stuff. So, like on a free site like Weebly, if you start putting a lot of content out there and then they decide to change their terms of service, or they just decide to, they don't like what you're putting up, bam, in one day they can erase everything, and you can complain and have everything you want, but it doesn't matter. They control it. And your whole business can be shot. Now, that's happened to me actually multiple times in different companies, things that I didn't pay attention to. So it's a learning lesson. That's why I recommend, you should spend the 10 or to $20, get a professional server for a service, and you don't have to worry about something like that. If you don't want to use the dedicated server, there are other options. I recommend HostGator. It's one I'm most familiar with. I love their customer service. They're always there to help you if you call them. I got some banners on the site. You can see here. You can click the banners, go through, and there's different stuff that you can look at. Let me see if this will actually. So, here's the site. So they have stuff as low as $3.96 a month. You can check out the different plans. Really, the dedicated servers are the best because here's the difference. A shared plan means everybody in the whole company is sharing it. So things can be a little bit slower, a little bit choppier. A VPS is basically the step up. It's not a shared plan with everybody, but it's a shared plan with all other VPS members. So, it eliminates a lot of people, but you're still sharing a plan. A dedicated server means you have your own big server in their company. There's nobody else on it but, one person. So for me, I own the server. The only people on it are the few that come and say, hey, Chris, I want to get on there with you. And, it's just our group. So that's really how it works. Obviously the expenses are dramatic. In the different levels, it starts as low as 3. I'm paying 175 a month. I actually don't need anything faster than that. That's pretty crazy speed. But yeah. So right there, that's really all you need for hosting and HostGator. Now, when you get into if you do this yourself, I'm going to try to explain this to you. If you do this yourself, um, this is where you're going to have to be. You're going to have to go into cPanel. Okay, so they'll give you this information. You'll log into cPanel. And when you're in here, the first thing that you need to do is scroll down to domains. And I always like to do an add-on domain, right? So I'm going to click this. Now remember, if you did use my dedicated server, I'll do all of this for you. You won't have to. Now you want to type out the new domain, like Chris. Like what did we say? It was going to be work with Chris Farcher.com. You can see it fills out the other stuff. You're going to put in a password. And then we would add the domain. Let me see. I actually don't own the domains. I don't know if this will actually work. Well, I'm not going to click the add-on domain. When you do, it should work. And I actually didn't buy that domain because I already have what I have set up. I don't need that domain. But after we do that, the next step that you need to do is you need to add WordPress to it. You need to have a theme that you can build off of. So you need to scroll down and go to what's called Quick Install. Okay, so we're going to click here, Quick Install. You remember you can full screen to see everything. Let me see. Okay, Okay, so what you want to do is you on the side here it says blog software. You're going to go to WordPress. You're going to click this. This is going to give you, mine is really messed up right now, of course, because I'm making the video. So it's going to pop up over here. You're going to click continue. And now what it's going to do is going to ask you where do you want to install WordPress. So we're going to click the down arrow, right? So, you know, here's a whole list of my websites, right? So if we just clicked one, and then really the only thing you need to fill out here is, you know, you can put your email in, you can put your username in, and really the other stuff doesn't matter. You just click install and you're done. Now you have WordPress and your hosting set up. Your website should actually be live. And below I'll show you how you log into it. So, you know, below I'll write it out. But for example, if we were doing work with chrisfarcher.com, for me to log into the back end of this, right, so let me get out of here. If we wanted to log into the back end, it would be, so I'll log into one of my other ones. It would be /WP admin, just like that. I'll try to zoom in up there so you can see it. And you'll see that this takes you to like a WordPress login, and that's going to show you how to log into the back. I'll get more into, you know, teaching and training you how to do the stuff back here, but and that's how you're going to get into your WordPress site. So remember, you know, if you don't want to have to go and do all this techie stuff, you can use my dedicated server. Just contact me at cmfarcher@gmail.com. If you think you know what you're doing, by all means, you know, go to HostGator, purchase your own hosting, and I'm looking forward to getting into the next training on day 3. Thanks. Bye-bye.